Are you in your 70s and finding that maintaining your health requires more effort than before? What if I suggested that the contrary could actually be the case? Many people hold the view that increased physical activity leads to improved health and strength. However, this is not always true, particularly as we grow older. Indeed, pushing yourself too hard with vigorous exercise can result in joint discomfort, exhaustion, and potential injuries, complicating your ability to sustain your well-being. What are the other options available? The key to maintaining well-being after 70 lies not in increasing activity, but in choosing what truly benefits your body. Today, I'm sharing impactful practices that foster harmony and extend well-being. These activities are soothing yet impactful, simple to weave into your everyday life, and crafted to help you stay engaged, revitalized, and in optimal spirits. Let's delve into ways to adopt healthier habits that focus on your well-being while minimizing the chances of overexertion. For numerous individuals in their 70s, maintaining an active lifestyle frequently brings to mind the idea of strenuous workouts or energetic exercise regimens. Ruth, a 72-year-old grandmother, initially adopted this perspective with great enthusiasm. Committed to maintaining her health, she participated in daily jogs with her younger companions. Initially, Ruth found the challenge invigorating, but it wasn't long before she began to suffer from intense joint pain in her knees and hips. As the unease intensified, her exhaustion deepened. The runs left her feeling exhausted rather than revitalized. Ruth started to question whether her method of maintaining fitness was potentially causing more issues than benefits. Following a discussion with her physician, she chose to make a change, replacing her vigorous jogging regimen with a more soothing activity, walking. Initially, Ruth perceived her journey as a retreat from her aspirations. The act of walking appeared overly simplistic and painfully gradual. However, she soon uncovered the joy of discovering an activity that genuinely aligned with her physical needs. With consistent, leisurely walks, her vitality started to increase. The discomfort that previously instilled a fear of physical activity slowly faded away. Ruth observed an additional unforeseen advantage. Her stress levels diminished. Engaging in a gentle stroll outside, inhaling the crisp air, and appreciating the splendor of nature transformed into a soothing daily practice. Walking transformed into more than mere exercise. It evolved into her cherished moment of the day. She also discovered that her cardiovascular well-being had enhanced. Walking at a comfortable pace provided her heart with the necessary exercise while avoiding the stress associated with running. Ruth's endurance improved, enabling her to manage daily activities with greater ease. From ascending stairs to engaging in play with her grandchildren, she experienced a sense of strength and capability. Her journey highlights the benefits of gentle physical activity. Engaging in walking provides significant advantages for both physical and mental well-being, especially for older adults. It's easy to reach, environmentally friendly, and remarkably impactful. For Ruth, this straightforward adjustment enabled her to remain engaged and free from discomfort, demonstrating that occasionally, simplicity holds greater value. For George, 74, maintaining his physical well-being has always been a cherished pursuit. Engaging in weightlifting was his preferred form of exercise, and he felt a sense of pride in his physical strength. But as time went on, George observed that his body had lost some of its previous flexibility. He experienced stiffness in his shoulders and hips, accompanied by a persistent ache in his lower back that started to disrupt his everyday activities. Despite these obstacles, George persisted in his weightlifting routine, aiming to sustain his physical well-being. Nonetheless, the rigidity continued, rendering even basic movements increasingly challenging. Realizing that his existing routine was ineffective, George chose to try something different: gentle yoga. At first, George was doubtful, questioning whether yoga would provide the necessary challenge to keep his strength intact. However, after participating in several introductory sessions, he soon recognized the advantages. The stretches alleviated the tightness in his shoulders and hips, leading to a noticeable reduction in his back pain. After a long time, he experienced a newfound liberation in how he moved. What astonished George the most was how yoga enhanced his weightlifting regimen. Enhancing his flexibility would enable him to lift weights more effectively and with reduced discomfort. The breathing techniques he acquired through yoga contributed significantly to his ability to maintain focus and tranquility, not only during his exercise routines, but also in his daily activities. As he continued his yoga practice, George became aware of all the experiences he had overlooked. He experienced a remarkable return of movement in areas he once believed would remain stagnant, discovering that his body now moved with greater ease and fluidity. Even activities such as retrieving objects from elevated surfaces or fastening his footwear transformed into simpler and discomfort-free experiences. George found value in the mental clarity that yoga provided him. Not only did his body feel unburdened, but his mind experienced a similar sense of relief. Yoga transformed into a period of contemplation and tranquility, aiding him in coping with stress and fostering a more optimistic perspective on life. For George, yoga emerged as a vital component of his wellness journey, revealing that maintaining activity transcends mere strength. It involves discovering harmony. His narrative highlights the significance of adaptability and awareness, which hold equal value to physical strength, particularly in our later years. Eleanor, 78, had a familiar relationship with the gym. She had dedicated years to lifting heavy weights, experiencing a sense of strength and empowerment through her exercise routine. However, as she grew older, Eleanor observed that her recovery times were extending. The discomfort persisted for several days, and she started to feel pain in her joints. Eleanor, resolute in her desire to maintain her fitness, recognized the need to reassess her methods without subjecting herself to discomfort. She replaced her heavy weights with resistance bands and added bodyweight exercises such as wall push-ups and lunges to her regimen. To her surprise, these seemingly minor adjustments made a significant difference. Eleanor sensed a newfound strength, free from the fatigue and joint pain that had once burdened her. The resistance bands offered an ideal challenge, enabling her to preserve her muscle tone while avoiding excessive strain on her body. She observed enhancements in her stability and coordination. Activities such as squats and lunges contributed to her stability, lowering the likelihood of falls. These advantages permeated her everyday existence, leading her to navigate her surroundings with increased confidence and ease. Eleanor found comfort in the straightforwardness of her new routine. She could engage in physical activity at home without requiring bulky equipment or a fitness center subscription. This ease of access allowed her to maintain consistency, helping her to keep her body robust and engaged. In addition to the physical advantages, Eleanor experienced a revitalized feeling of empowerment regarding her well-being. She felt at ease, no longer concerned about pushing herself too hard or risking any negative effects. Instead, she concentrated on activities that nurtured her body and brought her a sense of well-being. Her experience demonstrates that strength training can be beneficial without requiring extreme intensity. Eleanor successfully reached her fitness goals by incorporating gentle, low-impact exercises that respected her body's evolving requirements. At 80, Bill reflected on a rich tapestry of achievements as a marathon runner. Engaging in running provided him with happiness and a feeling of achievement. However, with the passage of time, his endurance started to diminish. Long-distance runs left him feeling drained, and he recognized that he could no longer exert himself as he once did. Rather than surrendering, Bill chose to turn his attention to his inner self. He started engaging in deep breathing exercises and meditation to enhance his overall physical and mental health. These practices seemed to stand in sharp contrast to his vigorous runs, yet they quickly evolved into an essential component of his daily routine. Bill was pleasantly surprised by the significant improvement in his well-being. Concentrating on his breathing allowed him to maintain a sense of tranquility and awareness. Even during times when engaging in physical movement seemed difficult, his energy levels increased, allowing him to tackle daily tasks with a refreshing sense of clarity. Engaging in deep breathing techniques proved beneficial for Bill in coping with stress. The act of taking a step back and focusing inward provided a tranquility he had never known prior. It evolved into a means of rejuvenation, providing him with the resilience to confront the obstacles of life. The advantages of mindful breathing also positively influenced his physical well-being. Bill observed that his sleep quality had enhanced, leading to a greater sense of restfulness each morning. His overall endurance improved, enabling him to partake in strolls and other gentle activities without feeling tired. What Bill valued most was the equilibrium these practices introduced into his life. He no longer experienced the burden of needing to achieve at the same intensity as he did in his earlier days. Instead, he adopted a more sustainable method for maintaining his health and activity levels. His narrative serves as a poignant reminder that well-being encompasses not only the physical aspects, but also the mental and emotional dimensions. Engaging in practices such as deep breathing and meditation can be equally beneficial as physical exercise, providing a comprehensive approach to sustaining energy and concentration. These uplifting narratives demonstrate that maintaining well-being beyond the age of 70 doesn't necessitate strenuous exercise or excessive effort. It's about discovering a harmonious method that nurtures both your physical well-being and mental health. Engaging in activities like walking, yoga, gentle strength training, or mindful breathing can significantly enhance your overall well-being and allow you to savor life more fully. Keep in mind that the aim isn't to measure yourself against your younger days. It's about adopting a way of living that ensures you remain resilient, lively, and joyful for many years ahead. We invite you to express your insights in the comments section below. And let's keep uplifting one another as we navigate this path toward improved well-being and harmony.